Hello, everybody. So, I just wanted to do a video real quick about preference versus acceptance. And I'm doing this video because somebody asked me a question. What do I prefer and what am I willing to accept? And it had baffled me at first. I'm like, I got a lot of preferences. I prefer a lot. But in life, I had to learn that everything that I would prefer, I'm not going to get. So sometimes I have to choose to accept things the way that they are instead of what I prefer. And sometimes that comes with a lot of maturity, like a lot of maturity in life. I've learned that I had to accept a lot of the cards that was dealt to me. And trust me, sometimes I was winning and sometimes I lost. And sometimes when I lose big. But I had to accept the fact that I lost. Did I prefer to lose? Absolutely not. But I had to accept the things that I couldn't change. And I had to be able to make the right choice so that when I did accept the things that I didn't like, it was beneficial for my children, or it was beneficial in the right moment. Like, let's just do what's right. So I don't want to accept this, but I have to. And having to have to accept things definitely comes with a lot of faith, a lot of trust, a lot of loyalty within myself, and being able to forgive myself in making the choice to accept something that is less than what I deserve or what I feel like I deserve. My preferences, oh my God, I can go and do 20 videos about my preferences. And I think anybody can if you actually sit down and you think about what would you prefer and what would you accept. Now, when it's coming down to relationships, let's just be honest. Let me be honest with you, and I hope you're honest with yourself. There are a lot of things I prefer in a relationship. But there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I had to accept, things that I didn't want to. But I had to realize that nobody is ever going to meet my preference. Because for me, my preference is high. Like, it's almost like, it's God, my preferences, and everything else. So it's kind of like, my preferences are high. But then I had to realize that at some form in life, at some moment in life, I had to accept what was in front of me. Being able to accept somebody, their flaws, whether if they're good, bad, whatever. I actually had to look at the person. And then I had to look at myself and say, would you want somebody to give you the benefit of the doubt? Would you want somebody to accept you for who you are? And, you know, would you want somebody to accept you for this? You might not be somebody's preference, but somebody's willing to accept you for who you are. I don't think nobody ever has met anybody's preference at 100%, but people do try. People do try. They try their best to, you know, find a medium in between. So, I know I like tall, dark, and handsome, but if I'm dealing with somebody that's short, fat, and stubby, hey, I'll take it because the way that they treat me, the way that they make me feel. Sometimes it's the conversation, like just being able to be honest with myself and saying, I might not never run across, somebody hitting my preferences at 100%. It might be one or two things, but am I willing to be flexible? Am I willing to accept the fact that, man, I didn't realize that my person would look like this. I didn't realize that my person would make me feel this way. So can I be able to look past what I prefer and be able to accept what is in front of me because it gives me that unconditional of what I'm looking for. It meets the safety and the security of what I need, the kindness, the loving, the caring, the whole nine. So just being able to understand the difference and knowing what is right and what is wrong, what is okay and what isn't okay. And when you really compare your preference to the person who you with now, you will realize that the person who you chose, it might be, like I said, one or two things, but usually people accept. We accept more than we prefer every day of the week. So I just have to be grateful. Be grateful for the fact that somebody is willing to accept you for who you are and love you through it all. And being able to reciprocate the same things. So yeah, I've learned. And that was a great question to ask me. Come back again, like, share, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.